I'd like to comment very briefly on the public consultation responses outlined on pages 441 and 442 in paragraphs 4.2 and 4.6 of the report. Although I spoke at the Joint Assembly about these issues, neither the public or councillor questions at that meeting were reflected in the minutes. So this is why you have me here again as ward councillor, to ensure my residents' voices are heard. There is a big conflict between the different types of users of a roundabout with Barnwell Road on Newmarket Road. On the one hand, we have local residents, many of whom are elderly and disabled. Some have small children, often heavy shopping. Most are on foot, scooter or bike, and travelling very short distances with a lot of difficulty to shop, school and nursery. Their priority is safety, not speed. They are well aware that this roundabout is an accident black spot and in general support the changes to traffic lights and safe pedestrian crossings on each arm. The depth of the concern is shown by the number of very detailed questions we've had on the exact type of traffic signals that we will have. I hope the board will accept the Joint Assembly recommendations to put our resident safety first and accept the recommendation to proceed with the Barnwell roundabout improvements described in 4.10 on pages 442 to 443. I'd also like to comment very briefly about phase A3 in the Elizabeth Way roundabout, which is in paragraph 4.13 and pages 443 and 444. The responses we had from residents are actually slightly different from those from Cam Cycle and from Martin. Residents were well aware it wasn't a Dutch roundabout. We had some very detailed feedback through our closed board Facebook group on changes residents would like to see on the roundabout. The other point I wanted to make was that many residents are referencing accidents they'd been involved with and accidents they'd seen on Newmarket Road. I'm a bit of an outlier. I do actually cycle on Newmarket Road in my mobility scooter. But most of my residents say they would never ever cycle on Newmarket Road. They are very interested in using Newmarket Road to get up to the Chisholm Trail and then taking NC51 into the city. Okay, thank you. I think I've
Thank you, Naomi. I think we got the gist of that, and I should probably place on record I also cycle on Newmarket Road. It's absolutely bloody terrifying, but I do. That's what happens when you've got no other choice. Peter, is there anything in there that you'd like to address? There were a couple of things I'd like.
Yeah, I mean, just to reassure in terms of representation, that when the minutes of the Assembly are published, then they will be reflected in there. And I think actually a lot of the comments that the councillor makes are reflected in the commentary in the report. We did get a polarisation of views, but very much from the local communities and the local area. They were very supportive of taking these proposals forward in a managed fashion. Thank you, Chair.